Hi friends, this is Sindil Kumar from Infoedge Engineering. In this video, we are going to see what is PDCA cycle and how to use, where to use. So we'll do see plan, do, check and act. About PDCA cycle. The PDCA cycle is a four-step problem-solving interactive technique used to improve business process, originally developed by American physicist Walter A. Shewhart during the 1920s. The cycle draws its inspiration from the continuous evaluation of the management practice and management willings to adopt the described unsupported ideas. And the method was popularized by quality control pioneer Mr. Dr. W. Edwards Deming in 1950s, who coined the term Shewhart cycle after his mentor. It was Deming who realized the PDCA cycle could be used to continuous improve production process in the United States during World War. We'll see what is the key takeaways from the PDCA cycle. The PDCA cycle is a four-step technique that is used to solve the business of problems. The last step of PDCA cycle Act calls for corrective action to simulate and sustain continuous business improvement. The PDCA process is similar to Japanese business philosophy of Kaizen. Many large corporations such as Toyota and Nikkei have seen dramatic growth after implementing PDCA or Six Sigma methodology. What is PDCA cycle? The PDCA cycle is a four-step management method used to business for a control and improve of the process and the product efficiency. So the PDCA cycle is a cyclic method. So we can implement the ideas and we can sustain and they have to go for the next step of that ideas and implementations. So PDCA also known as a Deming cycle, Shewhart cycle and PDCA cycle. So there is a different type of PDCA cycles. One is a Shewhart cycle and Deming cycle and Japanese PDCA and PDCA cycle. So let's we see the first step of the plan. A well-defined project plan provide a framework for operation. So when we'll do any projects, we have to make a proper planning for the particular project from the beginning to till the end implementation and the end of that project. Importantly, it should be reflect the organization missions or the project missions and values. It should also map the project's goals and clearly indicate the best way to attain them. So whenever making any project should be clearly indicate the project goals and the targets. So while making a plan, first we have to form the team and identify what is the problem or what is the aim of the project team. Understand the problem. So we have to thoroughly understand the problem or that project requirements. Identify the potential root cause. So that is next. Next we will do the second step of do. What is do? This is the step where the plan is set in the motion. That means transferring from that plan to that activity. The plan was made for a reason. So it is important for players to execute it as I have outlined. The stage can be broken down into three sub-segments, including training of all personnels involved in the project, the actual process of doing the work, and recording insights or data for future evaluation. So, in this is the step which is the most important step. So, we have to educate the team and we have to collect the data related to the project or that problems for that evaluation. So, in these steps, we have to describe the solutions based on that collected data. We have to do simulation study and we have to do trials for the solutions, carry out all small scale pilot projects, measure the result. So this is the third step, check. What is the check? Typically, there should be two checks throughout the projects. First check alongside implementation ensure the project's objectives are being met. Second, a more comprehensive review of the project carried out upon completion addresses the success and failure so that future adjustments can be made. So, the steps we have to study the results, measure the effectiveness, communication and feedback about the results to the team. And the fourth step is the final and fourth step is the act. Against to that, the final step is to take action, corrective action once past mistakes have been identified and resolved. The PDCA cycle is repeated and can be redefined for to better results under new guidelines. If the result was successful, then implement it again. If the solution was not effective, then again follow the PDCA cycle till get expected results. So this is the cyclic process. We have to do implementation on continuously. Once we'll get the results effectively, it is implement it, give it to that hand out to that respected team. If the result is not expected results, then we have to re-perform the all PDCS activities till getting of our exact results. So while doing the PDCA, we have to make a time management. On each steps, we can see less time we have to spend while making a planning phase. So this is based on the size of the team and target. So we have to spend a more time while in a do space. That means we have to give a training, allocation, data analysis. So this is a space we need a more time. And very less or no time for the check result. So while doing that data allocation and finding the solution itself, we have to monitor based on the results and the targets. So that check space we should spend a more very less time or there is no time need to spend. And fourth step is act. The output is bound deviation from expected results. Hence, again, re-perform the PDCA cycle. What are the benefits in while implementing of PDCA cycles? Company looking to enhance their internal and external process often deploy the PDCA cycles. To minimizing the errors. So while doing continuously PDCA cycle, so we can avoid that errors. So while avoiding all the errors, we will get a maximum outcomes from the process. It stimulates continuous improvement of the people and process. So this will be encouraged to the team to make it a continuous improvements to preventing reoccurring of the mistakes. So while doing that PDCA cycle, once it is getting the expected results, so it will be avoid a reoccurring of the all the mistakes. Once established, companies can repeat the PDCA cycle, make it standard operating procedures. So whenever we will do implementation and receive the expected results, so it has to be converted and make it the standard practice, like a operating standard operating procedure. And the final methodology of the act, take a corrective action, take the methodology radius for that continuous improvement. So this is the overview of the PDA cycles. So while doing the PDA plant space, we have to form a team, identify the problems, understand the problems, identify the potential causes. In the do space, describe the solution, and we have to do simulation of for the solutions, carry out a small scale pilot projects and measure the results, and check a space. If the solution was successful, then implement it. If the solution was not effective, then again follow PDCA cycle until get the expected results. And the act space, study the results, measure the effectiveness, communication, and the feedback. Thank you, viewers, to to your patience to listen this video and give your comments. Need any improvements in this video, and also request you to subscribe this channel to motivate ourselves to post more videos in upcoming days. Thank you once again.